whatever.
All that shit is just one massive
really,
spyware, man.
Really, when people, he also elaborated to say that when people don't have that social feed, they basically become have anxiety and mental health issues, you know, psychological problems.
It's like crack.
And it goes to show you, man. Even going back to when you take away someone's money, all right, and their freedoms and also their bread and circuses, people start to get sick, man, and they're gonna start to revolt. And that's the same thing you're seeing, man.
Because you had O2 go down for 24 hours a few days ago.
Yeah.
People were going crazy.
Friday.
Yeah. No.
It's happening a lot recently, different things, man. No, it's not just been O2. It's been other things, man. YouTube shut down for a little while because that's the thing. You know. Yeah. They can do it. It's just tests. It's all tests, man.
Hey, but you know that thing that happened in France though. He's so smart because now everyone might get puffed up and proud, saying that if a problem's going on, we can protest and win.
Yeah.
So that's
It sets precedence.
So that's going to encourage more people to revolt.
Right, and you know what's going to happen with them uproars of the people now? Like what you were saying, bro. They're going to have them uproars of the people, and in the midst of all them crowds, you're going to have agent provocateurs. Yeah. And then what happens? That chaos, boom, something goes off.
Yeah.
That's right.
More rights taken away from the people.
And that's
shit.
That's right.
Like what they showed
It's going to encourage, the purge. They're going to encourage them to revolt more.
Revelation,
Yep. This is Revelation 16, and I got it as well.
13.
Oh, Salakia, 16. 13. Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Okay, so this is the implantable RFID chip or the NFC chip, man. Okay, which is the mark of the beast. That is the mark that this kingdom is gonna, or his government is gonna put upon you, man, to know whether or not you're down with the New World Order, man. You know, so you could have access to everything the New World Order has to offer, man. Although it's going to be very scant what they can offer at the time, because it's going to be all hell's going to break loose. World War III's on being fought, so there's not much food, there's not much of anything.
Yeah.
Okay, but you want to put your trust in him that he can deliver you from all that hell. You want to turn to him to deliver you, man, and not trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, like the elect are going to do, man.
Because this average person in this kingdom trust in their debit cards, trust in a loan today. You know, you get a loan today, everything's fixed. I can go and get a car, I can get my sugar fixed. You know, but them bank cards or them fiat notes ain't gonna deliver you. You know, what's that scripture? Deliver not in a day of
Riches profit not.
Right, man. So riches profit not in a day of calamity, man. So you're gonna find out that you're gonna ask Esau for the answers, and you're gonna get the RFID chip, man.
Yeah, which isn't a salvation, man.
Can't.
Yeah, get that out.
Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Okay, so like I said, this situation that we're going to come into, man, is going to be the most dreadful time that's ever existed on the planet Earth, man. Okay, and you're going to be wanting, to find a way out of it, man. Okay, because if things will get desperate, man, there's going to be famines in the earth. Okay, there's going to be cannibalism, there's going to be all kinds of hell going around, man. Okay, and you're going to want a way out of that shitstorm, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you're going to turn to somebody to deliver you out of it. Yeah. But the majority of people are not going to turn to the Heavenly Father, man, because they have no faith. Okay, so they're going to turn to Esau. They're going to turn to the left-hand side to Esau and get him primed with the RFID chip just to be saved, man. Okay, but it's not a salvation, man. That's a guaranteed destruction, man. That's right. Guaranteed destruction. Okay, Esau can't save you, man. Okay. Genesis.
In fact, when you go into the word mark, and it goes into the word karagma, it says a badge of servitude.
Yeah.
So a lot of you people.
We're going to get a story, we're going to get an account. Yeah. Because this is modern day Egypt, right? We're going to go back into ancient Egypt, man, and see how this is going to play out. Okay, we're going to read it from 13, yeah?
This is Genesis 47 and 13. It says, and there was no bread in all the land.
Alright, there was no bread. Okay, so like I said, there's gonna be a famine, man. There's gonna be like food. There's gonna be food shortages, man. Lack of bread. Okay, this is what was happening in the land of Egypt during, you know, I say the reign of Joseph, man, because Joseph was in charge of all the grains and stuff, man. Because there was gonna be 10 years of good harvest and 10 years of dearth, which is famine. Okay, and this is what they were going through, man. But we're gonna experience that here. Okay, I'm not saying that's the time scale we're gonna be going through it, but what I'm saying is there's gonna be famines, man. Okay, there's gonna be dire situations that you're gonna cave into. You're gonna cave into the situation that's happening to you, man. Okay, and turn and deliver yourself unto Satan. Okay?
For the famine was very sore,
Very so.
so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine.
Going to be down.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a story, bro. It's a story. Bro.
Yeah.
We'll run through this.
Yeah, man, it just said, I'll read it again. It said, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. So really, once there's no food, there is no protest.
Isn't it?
It's just
We
a
got much
battle.
on the stomach, man. You're gonna be bleeding at that point.
Yeah.
Begging. This is what they were doing. Go on.
And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they brought.
Okay, so they gave all their money to secure themselves bread so they could eat. Okay, so they were penniless now, man. Just like this society is going to be. It's going to be penniless, no money. Okay, there's no way to buy anything. Okay, but they are going to be in control of food. They're going to be, they're going to have control over the food, the resources, and that, and they're going to ration it out. Okay, so they'll have complete control over that. Hold on.
And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house.
Yeah,
And
that's the government right there, man. That's the elites right there. They're pocketing all this money, man. You know, they're pocketing it all. And they're heaping up all kinds of shit from people, man. You know, full closed houses and shit like that. They're taking their houses, they're taking their gold, they're taking all kinds of shit in the earth, man. Go on.
And when
There's gonna be a lot of people with that Oxfam look, man.
Oh yeah, that's
You know
sad.
that-
Look,
that
that's
Oxfam
sad down out. Look.
Yes.
You know.
You know.
And the craziest thing is, these people, to be technical, don't even have money. It's just a piece of paper that says money.
But they're gonna have even less than that.
I promise to pay the bearer an amount of £20 of what? Of air?
But they gonna have no legal currency, man. So
No.
they're gonna be lost, bro. They're gonna be like, what the fuck do we do?
What are they gonna do, man?
You know?
These people, what are they actually gonna do, bro? You know?
They're gonna bug out. They're gonna fucking bug
They're
out.
through.
Screaming and crying and shit.
they're going to become primitive, man. You know, that confusion state, man.
Yeah.
Immediately, you know, because of iniquity, many shall wax.
Love of
The
many-
love of many shall wax cold, man. So you're going to see people just, you know, might have been cool 7 years or whatever, however, 30 years with a guy.
You wanna see a different side.
That hunger is
Second
going to
and
take hold of
15.
every
Yeah,
neighbor,
neighbor.
man.
Yeah.
And then eventually everyone's just going to be like, immediately overnight, it was like, boom, man just came in, you know, you see
the
your fridge
purge.
turned over, your TV
Hey.
fell down,
That's-
and you looked and you saw the criminal, and guess what? It was your next door neighbor.
That's what desperation does, man. That's what desperation does.
Yeah.
With no faith, you get desperate, man.
Oh, King 6.
You get desperate. And they're gonna do some desperate shit. You know, that's why they're gonna be eating their children out of the scriptures prophesy about, man. Because they're gonna be so hungry. And they can't get access to food, so they're gonna eat their children, man.
Kings, man.
Okay?
Second Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
So like I said, they're gonna rise up against their governments, man.
Yeah.
But they're gonna turn against their own friends.
Right.
You know? Because it's kill or be killed in that time, man. It's eat or be eaten. You know? That's it.
Hey, if I may, just imagine going back to 2011 when you saw those riots.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Jake involved.
Yeah.
Now, when they speak about 2011 riots, they have an image in their mind, and really they're thinking of 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. They're thinking of those so-called West Indians up in the UK, man. So, brother Baba Kishar, if you read that again, I want you to image in your mind, especially in the UK, about these Benjamites, man. Say it, read it again.
2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another.
Yeah.
They shall not
That's
regard.
them race wars.
Yeah.
They shall not
ties in.
they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Because there's not going to
them
stop them.
drillers.
They ain't got no one to stop. There's no police force out there. They're too busy.
That's right.
You know, people getting murdered and they can't respond.
Yeah.
Well,
You
in
know?
World War Z, was it World War Z? Where there's a policeman, he was looting himself.
He was losing his rock.
Yeah, he pushed them to the side.
He
right?
pushed him to the side.
Because he thought the police was going to shoot him.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah.
Yeah, police. Hey,
No, he didn't say, he just ignored it. Really.
bro, the policeman just looked, man. The policeman was getting down, man. Like it was Black Friday, man, on steroids. This is where it's going to be like out here, man. When there's no food, when there's famine, and you know, you really think police are going to protect the law? They ain't going to give a shit. They got families back at home too.
but that's
Why
why
do you think they working?
That's why it's martial law.
Right.
It's not civilian law no more. It's not just about keeping the peace no more.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is about squashing dissenters, bro.
Yeah.
Anyone rise because they protect the government first and foremost.
Yeah.
It's not about civilians, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
See?
especially when the army's involved. They're not about.
yeah.
They're there to follow orders. Okay, they're not here to protect the people. If you want to protect the people, you gotta be with the people. You ain't gonna be part of the police force.
Yeah.
You know, because they're gonna be head to head, man.
Yeah, no judicial process, man.
Because all they're going to do is protect their interests, the government's interests, the food and shit.
Yeah.
They're not protecting the individuals on the street. That's not what they're there for, man.
Because the army, they'll roll up on the police.
Yeah.
They'll roll up on the police. There's a
I am the
difference.
wall.
And you try to say you're a police officer in that day, the army just going to come back.
Hey, man,
you gonna get
they
done.
say all spirit, love and war.
yeah,
Man, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm a soldier.
Go
That's it.
pistol
I
whip
follow
your-
orders.
I outrank you. You know.
I follow orders.
Real quick, bro. I got this word sedition right here. In etymonline.com, it says for mid 14th century sedition. It says rebellion, uprising, or revolt. It says
Hey, uproars of the people.
that's right.
Oh yeah,
That's what's coming.
You got that in what's going on in Ukraine and Russia, the relationships breaking up. Brothers posted an article the other day. There's imminent war, man, could just break out because of that divide in their relations, man. All right, so tensions everywhere, man. Over there in Ukraine and Russia, between them, then I think it was the UK or the US, one of them pushing up warships or whatever up to the Ukraine or whatever, man.
US got thrown around Black Sea.
Yeah, man, to that Middle East, man. So everybody's getting excited
Tensions, man. Tensions.
in terms of tensions, man, and you know everything is leading up to prophecy, man.
That's right, yeah.
And it says concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority.
There we go.
Yeah, violent strife between factions, civil or religious disorder,
Yep.
riots.
There we go.
Hey, you know what? That's beautiful because here in the UK, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We know that the Brexit was really a device to set up those race wars, man. We know that by appealing to the average so-called white person's emotional attachment to the 50s and to the good old days, right? Where they could go up to a nigga, you know, and drive 100 miles an hour after him, and he's on his own with like 10 men in the car.
Yeah.
Those days have gone, and they're upset. Yeah. So now, by appealing to their emotions, how things used to be, now they're just like, you know what, man, we're gonna go ride out, and that could be tomorrow, man.
Their country's been taken away from them, and that's how they feel.
Yeah.
That's how they feel, innit?
Because when you got certain guys on like the LBC, I forgot what is it? Got the geezer's name,
I
man.
forgot his name.
Right? O'Neill or something? I don't know if it's that his name. Anyway.
You see, James O'Brien and that.
O'Brien, yeah. When he really breaks down these Edomites in a certain way, yeah, they have nothing really to say apart from proving that they're the devil. And then you know what? Ultimately so, their colours are going to be shown, or their horns are going to be shown when it comes to the decision. And the elites are like, okay, we're going to have to put out the military. We've got an agenda to make, so now we can justify putting out the military in the UK under Project Tempora. But then it's going to be an all v all, and they're just going to basically referee the thing. They might say, look, okay, now they can invade that area, get rid of those blacks in that area, rise the tension there, just to fulfill whatever means they need necessary.
Hey, if you ain't met Esau yet, you gotta meet him. You gotta meet him, man.
Yeah.
Slaughter.
Because they were going back to 2011 riots.
Yeah.
There was so-called white people that were average citizens saying that we're just basically they're on the news saying we're going to police our own areas.
In Enfield, that was going on in Enfield.
Police our own areas because you got people coming. But guess who they was policing? It's the so-called Negroes, man.
Well, you even had the Turkish guys and the Greeks protecting their kebab shops along green lanes with machetes. So that's
serious.
Personally, I saw the riots firsthand. I was in the heat of it. I saw that her whole race war. At one time I saw like a cracker man in a car and like 10 jakes surrounding the car, kicked the window, threw a brick in his face, and he was bleeding in the seat, bro.
They
getting stomped out.
You see, bro, when you set of crepes.
Nah. I didn't loot, you know. I was just observing, you know.
I was observant, you know.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Everything is processed, man. Everything is processed. It's psychological programming and so-called, you know, all these games out there, the violent natured games. Basically, all these young so-called millennials, they're all about mischief, man. They're mentally programmed for mischief. You get on one of them games and you put on the headphones, fuck you, nigga. Fucking where you from? I'll stab you, I'll slash your fucking throat. You know, hang your mama. You know,
you know, it's brave behind screens and behind comment boards and all that kind of shit. You know.
But then in reality, when these race riots happens, it's all about those that mentality that they have. It will come out. It all start to pan out, man.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah,
I love talking about it.
yeah, and it goes on to say, it says civil disorder, dissension or strife, rebellion, mutiny. It says
Rebellion,
yeah.
No one's going to be worried about the government or the police. The police are going to be worried about what food they're going to have. Like we just read, there ain't going to be no bread in his wife's house. He ain't going to work. His wife dominates him, man. She probably fucks him in the ass with a dildo. They're talking about these Edomites, man.
Wow.
All right? Their wives own them, man.
Welcome to
You know?
Yeah.
And they ain't going to have no food.
unrighteousness.
So they ain't going to be able to go to work because ultimately like, I remember when I was younger, man, and certain people got pulled over. Their argument was, listen, I know you're an officer, you got a job to do, but it's just a job. We all got jobs and you're just doing a job. Well, guess what? These officers, the reality is, it's just a job. And when it's clock, they do their hours, they go home. It's not like the military where that's your lifestyle. That is really your life, you know? And really these officers are just in that fantasy for now because they got the badge, the shield of the law. Once that law's removed, these officers can get it, right?
Yeah.
And these young youths are going to show them that, man.
Yeah. Those 2/3 are going to be doing that.
Yeah.
And it goes on to say, meaning conduct or language inciting to rebellion against a lawful government.
There you go.
So there you have it, man. That's the definition of sedition, man.
You know, and it's funny because they'll praise Guy Fawkes, you know, trying to take down, you know, King James and the government and all that kind of stuff, man. But when it happens to them, nah, you can't do that.
Nah.
You're a terrorist, man. You're a terrorist. Yeah,
Don't set up a holiday about that.
Anyway, I want you to get back into that story, y'all.
Yep.
Because you gotta submit, man. These people out here gonna submit to Esau's device.
Genesis 47 and 15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in the presence, for the money faileth.
Right, because there's no money now, okay, and they're going to be going around saying like, why are you going to let us die? Okay, you know, give us bread, give us something to eat, give us, you know, whatever it is that they need. Okay, continue on.
And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle.
Alright, so guess what? Most people don't have no cattle, man. Okay, so let's just look at it like this: all your substance, everything that you own. Okay, because basically that's what it is. Okay, they already gave their money over, and now they're giving off their cattle. Okay, that's the rest of their possessions, man. You know, all except for their abode. Okay, we're just gonna get into that. Continue up.
It says, why should we die in thy presence, for the money faileth? And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give for your cattle if money fail.
Yep.
And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the
cattle of the herds and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord how that our money is spent. My Lord also had our herds of cattle. There is not out left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands.
Right, so all they got left is themselves and their houses, man.
Subject.
Okay, but guess what? Things are so bad, things are so dire, that what are they gonna do? What they decide to do, man? Read on.
Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, before both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh.
I say, buy us and our land. They put themselves into slavery just so they could survive, man. And this generation is gonna do the same damn thing. Okay, because they're not gonna wanna die. They're gonna wanna eat. Okay? So the only way you gonna survive, or you know, so it seems, is if you take that chip.
That's right.
That will be your ultimatum. Okay? And people are gonna take that chip because they don't wanna die. They wanna be fed.
Yep.
They're gonna give everything. They're gonna serve